Everyone, and welcome to this Christmas special of the Nosedive Podcast. Today we have a bit of a special episode. You'll see later on who is popping in. It's probably going to be more than one guest, isn't it not, Mark? How are you today?
I'm not too bad. There's a reason why I have my headphones on tonight, because it is going to be more than one guest. But obviously it's a bit of a Christmas special. So Merry Christmas, everybody. I hope you haven't eaten too much or drunk too much, and crack on with the podcast. How have you been, Vinie?
I'm quite getting a little bit sick, actually. It's been a bit busy at work, and there was a sick colleague who stayed at home all week, but we had a dinner together to celebrate the end of the year. I think I caught a little bug, so I could be blowing my nose all episode. So we'll see if I can fight it. I've been taking my vitamin C's, and the D's are a bit missing lately, but we're doing our best to keep things on track. So
What you need? I'll tell you what you need. You need a special little festive gin and tonic.
Whoa! Check it out. Yeah, currently I'm sticking to the water to keep it healthy.
This is actually my favourite gin. I have about 2 measures left. It's the gin that I actually bought at Vinie from the little corner shop. It's bloody lovely gin. So if you ever go to Belgium, get some gin from the, I think it's mainly some monastery somewhere in the Ardennes. It's really very nice. And I've just put some special magic, make me feel better powder in there as well.
Yeah, there's some good stuff brewing in the neighborhood around there, because you also, my favorite beer is from that area, the Blue Chimay. It's okay. And also an Abbey beer, one of the older ones. And it's a pretty heavy one. It's a 12-degree beer, so 1 or 2 is more than enough. But it's a brown one, and I really like the taste of the brown beers. And they brew it.
I've had weaker spirits.
They brew it right there in the neighborhood near Vinie Park. So if you ever go shredding there, check out the Abbey.
I've actually finally managed to do a little bit of one-wheeling, a little bit of shredding. I was going to go on a festive ride on the weekend. That was the plan. And I had the full-on Father Christmas onesie, and my light was covered in lights. But sadly, when we were about to leave with the Cambridge bike party and a whole other bunch of one-wheelers, my son's sensor on his pint just wouldn't engage. And I can tell you how frustrated I was. I even updated the firmware on the pint in some sort of prayer that it would work. And now he has haptic buzz on his pint, and it didn't frickin' work.
Jeff, we need those fricking foot pads. I know they are still in testing and you want to get everything dialed in, but we need foot pads. God damn.
So sadly, we managed to we went into a McDonald's, we warmed up, there's me and my 2 boys, and it's just on for an hour. For an hour, I'm like on, off. And I was like, boys, I've had enough. We're going to sit in our mate who gave us a lift. He's got a Tesla, so we could unlock it from his phone. We're just going to sit in his car and wait for everybody to come back. I've had enough. Go to the loo. So off they toddled to the loo, and I'm there. I go on, and it would beep, and the light stayed blue. I'm like, fuck, where are they? Where's the kids? I'm still in McDonald's, still wearing this Father Christmas onesie, by the way, and the hat. And where are my bloody kids? Because this light on the board was finally working. We managed to meet them at the halfway point, about 2 miles through Cambridge. Beautiful little ride that we had. Got there, about to leave, and his board engaged again, ghosted, skidded across the road. I was like, that's it. We're going in the pub. We're done. So sadly, we didn't get to do a full ride, but I did go riding in the forest today.
All right.
So that was a very nice bit of shredding. Yourself, anything special happening in the one-wheel world for you?
I finally managed to put a video on the tube. I was changing up some stuff on my trick machines. As I mentioned in my video, we're going hard on the tricks. Little tip.
It's it's a shame I don't have a pink. Could have put a little bit of pink powder in there for your lovely little pinking up of your board that you did.
Yeah. So I wanted to go for the full pink Steez, because the Bodhi Steez that I have on the varials, that's the middle piece in the rails that Bodhi designed. It has become actually a limited edition, because there were only 50 sets made ever, and they're probably not gonna do it again because Bodhi is no longer on the float life. But when they marketed it, they did market it as the pink Steez, and there were pink middle center Steezes available, but apparently only 10 pair of those were made, anodized, and the rest were just the clear ones. And I just have the gray ones, the metal ones.
Yeah.
But I would love to have the pink ones someday. So you'll never know. I just put the message out there. You never know, something comes to you.
You could be lucky. See what Father Christmas brings you. I don't think he's going to bring you that, but you never know. Maybe a can of pink spray. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It depends on what you could do.
And what we learned is that I put some new lifesavers on there. That's the plastic things that go on the rims. And the new ones, I used to have the old ones, the squared ones, but the new rounded ones, they're so much more rigid and so much tougher to put on that rim.
I noticed in your edit there was no video of you and Goes trying to get them on the rim, because I've tried that and I gave up on a new set that I bought. I thought, fuck it, if the tire pops, the tire bloody pops. I just couldn't get them on.
All the hands were needed to get them on. We even put them in hot water to get them a bit more loosened up. And then in the end, it was the spoons that TFL provides to change the tire. Okay. We actually managed to pull them over with the spoons, and that really worked. But you need two people to actually push it in. So,
okay, I hope well, any of my local riders, I might be tapping you up, because I have got a set of the Float Life, the blue tire levers. Yeah. I might be tapping up with some extra hands to get the little lifesavers that I did buy from Benoit. Yeah. I think I bought them at Wanye again, and I tried to get them on, and I switched my enduro tire I was wearing, so I thought it's coming up to winter. I'll put a Pioneer tire on, which I bought from Benoit. I thought, I'll put the lifesavers on there. No chance. Not with just two pairs of hands. I need two pairs of hands, perhaps.
Yeah, and one more thing that also happened, and it also happened to one of our guests in the room who are waiting. We actually got added to the Shred Diaries Pro Team. It's a very cool initiative from Maxwell Rose. Maxwell, if you're watching, shout out to what you bring on YouTube. I really respect people who can really open up about their story and their emotions like that. And it's really inspiring to see that he's really getting people off their asses, bringing people together, opening up his compound to some people. He wants to make some trails over there. So keep on pushing, Maxwell.
Saying all our guests have arrived, actually.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to have to duck down because I can't see. I have to see the list. I'll have to duck down under my camera, so I'm going to look like I'm being a bit of a weirdo. But I am going to let everybody in, and because nobody knows who else is going to be here.
Hey. Merry Christmas, motherfuckers.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, indeed. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot my hat.
I was going to say, Jeff, you said you were getting a jumper and everything, man. Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't find it, man. Nobody said we needed a hat.
Guys, this is the only surprise. Everyone's slightly nervous. Like, no, I didn't know. There's nothing else. That was it. That was just a surprise.
I knew Dan was coming.
Yeah. Hold on, Jess. Hold on.
Falling over backwards.
Just a little experiment. It's not going to make the interview any easier for the lot of us, but let's just go at it, have some fun, have a good conversation, throw out some Christmas vibes, because it's the end of the year and we wanted to connect people, and that's why we actually have a bit more people tonight. So maybe we can just do a little round and shortly or briefly introduce yourself, so that the audience the audience knows what it's about. Okay, Vid, can we start with you?
All right. I'm Vid. I'm from Slovenia. I'm pretty much the only rider knowing these guys from Slovenia. I don't know why is that. I'm here because I attend a lot of events and I ride one wheels, I make one wheels, and I have a lot of fun with one wheels.
I love that. That's so honest. I attend a lot of events. You attended most of the events in 2024 for the EOL, and you went over to the States, I think, as well in 2024?
Yeah, I did. Well, I try to, as much as I have time and resources, I try to go to places, and it's about meeting people.
one event you didn't go to, but I'm not going to get upset about that.
I know.
I'm not going
I
to get
know.
upset about that just yet, but we'll see how the rest of the day goes.
But the event I was at was announced before your event, and it was on the same weekend. So maybe we can fix this next year.
To be fair, if I had the choice to be going to Shred the Shires and Oak City Shredfest, I probably would have gone to Oak City if I'm fair. But, even though it's like a 10-hour journey rather than a 5-minute journey. But, I don't blame you.
It's worth it.
At all.
I think all the
But
ticket buyers would have been annoyed if you'd done that.
That's a fair point. The team, I'm not sure, but the ticket buyers, yeah, definitely.
And secondly, Jess, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hi, Jess, One Wheel Around Scotland. So I run the kind of One Wheel Scotland Facebook group, and just built flight board Vesks with Dan, and be racing on that next season, but have been largely on XR for the rest of the last 2 years. So nice to have some Vesk power. It's good.
Dan, you're also a Vesk rider.
Hi, I'm Dan. I'm a one-wheel addict. Riding here I'm riding here in Portugal. Also build my own boards and love racing and go to as many events as I can. Pretty much like everyone else here. Built a fly pack and use that to travel to events. A lot of inspiration from videos for doing that as well. And
I love the fact that both you and Jess are downplaying built flight pack. You're saying built flight pack and have just come back from Australia, having taken your boards there and ridden around them. Oh yeah, forgot about that. I mean, it's not. We built a couple of flight packs and we go to events. You've just been to freaking Australia for God's sake.
About as far away as you could take your board.
I think
Just a low-key holiday, Got to do that.
Yeah,
Thank you, Vid, for
absolutely.
teaching me how to weld my battery pack.
Thank you. Well, it's very nice to see that people build stuff inspired by my project, and I'm very happy to see that people can travel because of it. So it's great.
Yeah,
cool.
that's really cool. Traveling with a one wheel, it's a sightseeing machine. It's perfect for it.
It's the thing, I wouldn't be on all of those events without my flying board. No way.
No.
We're gonna take a deep dive into that later on. Let's finish the introduction round first. So, Jaffa.
I'm Jaffa, operating from Belgium. I don't have a flight pack yet, but that's for the near future. I'm racing as much events as I can. So that's about it. I've been on one wheel for like 4 years now.
Also Veski.
I have. I'm on all my boards are Vesk now.
With the amount of injuries you sustain, Jaffa, you should not even use the word operate. Operate. Just.
I didn't get
it's
the
not
operation,
a word.
so I'm still.
Yeah, it's not a word you should be using, man. Just.
Yeah.
All right, and the last man in the room, Lars, introduce yourself, please.
Right, I'm Lars, or the Balloon Man from Denmark. I host the Danish One Wheel Games. It's in my backyard, and I try to do as many events as I can. But time is precious or short. I don't know what. But I'm more into social rides than just in specific racing. But I'm also part of the EUL somewhere.
Beautiful to see. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. We're going to have a little Christmas party in the podcast and shooting some questions at you. We prepared some questions that we would like to ask all of you, and there's some general questions as well. We might be a good thing to pick up on the traveling, because we were heading there with the conversation. So Vid, you've been actually initiating a lot of the travel pack in Europe because of sharing your videos and your knowledge. How did you come to the point, like, I want to make a travel pack or a travel board?
Well, I was not really into one wheels before. I just saw this thing on YouTube, and I was like, I had an electric BMX, which was a great thing to ride in the city, and I was searching for a device to ride cities elsewhere where I need to fly to, and I couldn't take my bike, so I immediately got an idea that maybe a one wheel could do that. And I didn't know how to ride one. I never had a chance to try it. And my first one wheel already had flight packs in it, because that was the whole point, to have a personal electric vehicle that I can travel to. It was not even about the one wheel or anything like it at that time. So my first VX wheel was created, and I tried to ride it. Surprisingly, I was pretty good at it and started traveling with it like right away. Just a few months after I built my first one wheel, I went to Tenerife with it, and it was a great experience. And that was the beginning of it all. Since then, I'm making more designs. Now I'm at the VX Wheel 4. All my one wheels have flight packs. That's the whole point. And all are vest. That's the point as well. And I'm getting to a very high performance as well as very high range, and still keeping the flying pack possible. Because having a weak or low range boat only allows you to travel. But soon I realized I also want to race, and I want to travel and ride long distance. And for that, you need a very powerful boat with a lot of range. So combining flight packs with a lot of range and with a lot of power was the next challenge. And it looks successful.
Yeah,
That's
definitely
fantastic,
successful,
man.
because you can see your successors right here already.
So you
I
never
love that.
rode a one wheel before?
No, I never had a one wheel before I created my own. Never even tried one. I was riding an
That's
XR.
insane. Well, it's the first time hearing this. I didn't know that.
I got
I
a
love
chance. I got a chance to try an XR about half a year after I first built mine, because there were no one wheels around me.
That's
Crazy.
That's ridiculous.
That's
I have
insane.
to give my pad to a mate to check that the sensors are working, and you're freaking making boards before you've even ridden one. That's absolutely insane. So Dan and Jess, you took inspiration and obviously guidance and education from Vid and built your own boards. Did you have one before, Dan or Jess?
Dan
The
did.
first flight packs.
Yeah, I took inspiration from Vid's videos, so the VX wheels, and just like I did a different design, like in 3D, and printed the cases and stuff like that. But he's got like tutorials on how to spot weld and you know, where everything needs to go, and connecting it all to the vest and stuff was really, really cool information. And then kind of tweaked it slightly different design with all the batteries in the back. And now we're working on some new ones, on some 30S ones for next season from 4820 Obligatories design, which is the same kind of concept, but with the boxes a bit short, so you can fit the big tire on standard length rails, specifically for like racing, really.
Yeah.
So can you guys explain to someone that perhaps, maybe someone's watching that hasn't got a freaking clue what you just talked about? How do you, I mean, a one wheel's pretty big for a suitcase to start with. So how does it work? What do you do? Do you take it apart? I haven't got a clue what you're doing. Do you take it apart? What's going on?
You're not allowed to take lithium cells in the hold. They have to go in hand luggage, and you can't just turn up with like, you can't turn up with one of these and just go through the X-ray, So
okay.
They might
you're
think you're carrying a bomb.
you're limited to 100 watt hours, so you need to take smaller packs and then connect them together at the other end to make one big pack. So like you just say that it's like photography equipment or something like that, and they let you through, and you make a nice little sticker that says complies with airport regulations, and you're good to go.
You pretty much just Googled aeroplane icon and stuck it on there, and they're like, that looks legitimate, you can go
Every
through
single
it.
time they look at
Every
it and
single
they read
time
it,
they're
and
like,
they're
under
like,
100 kilowatt hours, yeah, it's got an aeroplane on it, you can go through.
I mean, you guys, because if I think about it, Vid, you've been over to the States with yours. Dan and Jess have gone, I assume, like whether through Dubai or Singapore and then to Australia, where, the quarantine and the legislation to get in Australia is bloody difficult. To get into America through the TSA is difficult. And no problems, none of you, in any of your journeys, no issues?
nothing. They sometimes call supervisors.
There's been a couple of issues, I think, with Dan getting into Switzerland. The main thing with Australia is obviously because you can't take any kind of organic matter with you, because they're very funny with that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Making sure that you announce when you get into Australia that you have a tire that might have some mud on it is very important, rather than just pretending that you don't have it and then going through. So that kind of thing, you just got to research each country, but that's the more specific one. The lithium batteries themselves went without a fault in ours.
Yeah.
So,
I love that. The mud on the tire was the issue.
Yeah.
I love it.
Literally.
The funny thing is the batteries are becoming to be less and less of a problem, because pretty much all the equipment has batteries, all the camera equipment and all different stuff. So a lot of
Power
people
banks.
travel with batteries. So at the beginning, I had an idea that the batteries are going to be a problem, but now it's turning out to be that the boards are a problem, because a lot of airlines has banned all balance vehicles, all electric skateboards, and all of that, which only makes sense if the batteries are inside, installed. If you take them out, it doesn't make sense anymore. But still, some airlines are like banning them even without batteries. So this is becoming a real issue, not the batteries anymore. But considering that the battery is the only dangerous thing in it. So.
And
Yeah.
does taking it apart help? Like I have the rail system, and if you put it into like smaller pieces, maybe?
The less it looks like a balance board, the better. But I've never done it. I
Fabio
never had
did
issues.
exactly that with the varial rails. With EasyJet, that was who you said that you shouldn't fly with, but we didn't know that. And we tried to go to the Swiss race, and they kept the boards. But then Fabio had already booked an EasyJet flight to Shred the Shires, and on his way back, and he got away with it because he had the varial rails. He completely disassembled the board, so it just looked like bumpers, boxes, and stuff, just like in with clothes. It was a lot more. Because if they see it looks like a skateboard, and they're just going to, it's got batteries, and they're just be like, no.
the
That's
other
insane.
issue is the weight allowance.
Yeah.
So if you've got a 20
yeah.
kilo suitcase, the Superflux is going to be really hard to take with you, which we did take to Australia because it was a 25 kilo, but you've got to take into account the weight.
Gear and tools.
It's a problem. I'm flying with a Superflux this year with a lot of flights with 20 kilos, and it's a challenge, but it's possible.
I can imagine.
Can you just take it like people have when they pretend to stuff clothes into a pillowcase?
Yeah.
I'm just going to sleep on this, and it's just large, just a tire or something in there. You know, it's just and a helmet, pads. Maybe that could work. I don't know. I'm thinking outside the controller box. That's insane.
Lars has a good solution for taking your
Oh
helmet,
yeah,
don't you,
I
Lars?
always wear it when I board the plane, but that's because I normally fly Ryanair.
I did not think
So-
about that.
I mean, everybody accepts that I'm wearing the helmet because I'm flying Ryanair.
And they just think that you've got special needs.
And he-
I didn't think about that. That's genius. That is absolute. When we went to Portugal. So we only had like little, carry-on luggage, nothing in the hold, nothing like that. And the biggest piece is the helmet. And I was getting in, I was packing everything around. That stuff. I didn't even think, not even once, just to wear the damn
Of
thing.
course you wear it, and then you just stuff it in the overhead bin
next to
overhead
sorted. I can't
compartment
believe
when you
that.
get in. Yeah,
I feel slightly embarrassed that I didn't think of that. That's.
Done.
I'll wear my pads, my gloves,
Oh, yeah.
my wrist
Oh, yeah.
protectors,
Yeah.
body armor, just walk in there.
It's a good excuse, man. I'm
Yeah.
scared of flying.
I think Vinie and me
man.
just hang it on our backpack when we went to Portugal.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't bother.
Because I know you had your helmet on when we were in the airport. We just
Yeah, sometimes Ryanair is not that strict on the regulations. If they have to board quickly, then they're a bit more easy going. But otherwise, I would just also put it on. But it's actually a good thing because most of the space in your backpack is your protection. It also weighs a bit, definitely if you have the higher level pads. So it could be a weight reduction and a safety measure. So no worries there.
Just really big bag. I'm planning out my next trip to Portugal. Literally really big sort of MC Hammer style baggy trousers, just full on knee pads underneath their hockey jersey. I'm sorted. I might order an extra large Shred the Shires jersey just so I've got extra space in there for the pads.
arriving in full gear, ready to go.
I just don't know why I didn't think about this. Oh God.
And the moment you land, you get out of the plane and you have to take everything off because it's hot.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine already. So, talking about travel, what is like the coolest destination that you did with a one wheel, specifically for one wheeling? Dan.
Well, Australia was probably the more interesting one because it was so far away. All the others have been events, and it'd be unfair to pick a favourite.
It's fine, Dan. You can say that. It's fine, Dan.
But actually,
I had to get in there first.
Of the events, probably Tricks and Dirt Gattinara was a good one because I stayed a week after the event in Italy, and I stayed in Milan, and then I was just one wheeling around Milan, working from my laptop and just like going around the city was pretty cool. All the other events I've just been and come straight home, so that one was probably the one where I got the most like out of the travel board. That was pretty cool.
For you, Jaffa?
It's hard, man. But I think I'm in between Switzerland and Portugal. Because Portugal was insane because it was so hot. It was like one wheeling. I think it was also the longest event for me. And yeah, the combination of being able to ride the dirt trails, going to the beach, do the racetrack, get some teeth in the town was very very nice. It felt like a holiday. I kind of forget I was there for racing, so I got swept away.
Definitely Portugal is a
I'm not surprised you forgot after the fall.
Yeah. No, but I was a bit too chill. Like I came at the venue, and like 15 minutes later was like the trial, the quarterfinals. I was like, okay, maybe I chilled a bit too much. But yeah.
And you took quite a nasty spill in the what is it? The
Apocalypse.
The Apocalypse race.
Yeah.
Any lasting injuries from that, or all is good again?
It's an injury that I already had. So now I just got my shoulder is a bit more open now, but still not bad enough to get an operation.
All right.
So I'll just wait it out and see what happens next time I fall on it.
I knew you'd say something like that.
Go that hard again without a helmet, because if I wouldn't have had a helmet on, because I smacked my head also, then yeah.
Yeah, for context for anyone listening, he smacked his head, passed out, went to hospital in an ambulance, and then in the group chat, like 4 hours later, there's a picture of him with a shopping trolley full of beers heading to the party.
That was a great night.
That was quite amazing. That was indeed.
I'll find that picture.
It's in a time frame of about 3 hours where you see somebody get knocked out, get into the ambulance. You see him exiting the hospital door, and an hour later, he's there with a full cart of beers. Let's party!
It was already planned, so I'm not the guy that's gonna cancel the party.
I'm not gonna skip a party, man. And Video went to quite some locations. What would be your favorite?
It's so hard to say. I love all of them, but maybe like flying to New York and riding one day in New York, then just moving with a train to Philly, riding one day in Philly, moving one day with a train to Washington, riding there for one day, and then moving to Raleigh, North Carolina, and riding there each day with different people. You find a crew in every place. That's like the freedom of one wheeling. It's not a specific place, it's the ability to go places, and everywhere we go, there's riders. So as for the nature, I loved Tenerife, but the whole vibe in the States, it's next level. And also Stokebird in Florida, it's an awesome event. So those are the things.
Should have gone to Vid last. Jesus Christ. I don't know who's going to follow that. New York, Philly, Washington. You know. Where have you been, Mark? Oh, I went to Belgium and Portugal and borrowed boards. Man, jealous. So jealous.
Well, you can join me anytime, you know. I'm going to go to events again next year.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
We'll talk about 2025 in a little bit, I think.
Anybody else?
What about Lars?
Sure. I mean, I love the rides in Portugal, the tour there. The only thing that can compete with it is a tour we had on Tenerife, where we were 4 Danish guys that went there and rode around the island, and there's so many. There's a volcano that you ride up and down, and such beautiful scenery. And I'd done a couple of road trips with my daughter where we just throw some one wheels in the car, and we went to Barcelona and 1 year to Italy, and as Vitt says, the way of just getting around when you're arrive somewhere and hopefully not getting arrested, but the freedom of one wheeling and seeing scenery that way is just fantastic.
It's nice. Jez,
Mhm.
do you have any favorite places?
I was spoiled from the start. I learnt to ride in Sacramento in California, so I think that's kind of like it's a good one. But yeah, I got a Sprinter camper van and went up the coast into Oregon and then Washington and back down into California, and I think that was a great start. The redwoods at Bull Creek Flats and things is just like nothing like it, like big springy ground with redwoods surrounding you, and it's really good. But yeah, the group rides there are crazy. You'll just be going on like a normal kind of outing, and you'll meet up with like 3 or 4 other group rides as you're going along. So it's just like so many one-wheelers there. It's so nice. And yeah, the Portugal finals as well, because it's just nice having all of those people that you already know coming in and out for the finals. So yeah, it's just nice to get that community.
I must add to that Portugal is also one of my favorite places that I went riding. But next to Portugal, last year we headed into Paris, into the city. And for me, like I also enjoy street riding a lot. And Paris was just such a treat. It's a very busy city, but you actually find spots like where you look, every street corner, every like building has some really nice streets. So I really like that as well. Mark,
I
do
saw
you have
those
any
videos on
favorite?
Instagram.
Excuse me?
I was saying I saw those videos on Instagram when you went there. It looked really cool.
Yeah, and there's actually a huge forest in Paris. That's something that I did not know. It was one of the first times. Like it's easy to go around the city with the one wheel, so you see a lot more. And we actually found like a huge forest. It's Forêt de Meudon, I guess, and we actually went there for another session because the forest was so big. We had to just go back there to explore the forest by itself. Mark, do you have any favorite places to share?
I mean, Portugal was fun. I stole a couple of boards when I was in Portugal. So shout out to James and Kate for letting me steal their one wheels and have a little play around there. There's a lovely place on the England-Wales border. I think it's in Wales, or is it in England? Forest of Dean. We were talking last week with Austin about sort of mountain bikers and the mountain bike trails and stuff like that. And it is a fantastic mountain bike track. They do it on the Carve UK tour. And I went there with the guys from what was Stoke Solutions, and Peter and Simon and Martin took me up there. And it's absolutely wicked. The Forest of Dean has just got some beautiful mountain bike trails that you can just blast down. Or, of course, there's a lovely little field that I have quite near to me that sometimes has some really nice toilets in it, and camping facilities will be available in May. But other than that...
You're going to get a Shred the Shires plug in every episode.
Do you know how much it costs, Dan? Gas-powered heated showers at 4 blocks.
This is why I stay in the
Not
Airbnb.
cheap.
I don't care. I did the gas-powered showers.
I'll have a word with them. They are just across the road from my house. I'll have a word with them and just get to pull the plug on the heating for you. So we have a bunch of different questions that we're going to ask you guys. First question on the list was, if Santa would upgrade your one wheel for free, what would your setup be? Now that you guys explained to me about flight packs, that's what I want, because one of our guys on the team, but he's a mate as well, Andrew, actually has an Airbnb that houses, I think it's got like 10 beds in it in Tenerife. And he is desperate to go out and do some one-wheel tours around Tenerife. He goes out there quite often because he's got a house there, up into the mountains and stuff like that. He's desperate to do that. So I think, Andrew, we need to sort out some flight packs and get them sorted out for your Airbnb in Tenerife. Because
I mean, Tenerife is you need flight packs if you want to go to Tenerife. When I go to Portugal or riding other places, I ship my board with UPS, and that works when it's ground shipping. They put it on a truck and ship it away, and all is fine. Because I don't have a flight board. I'm not that rich yet, but we had a couple of guys that went to Tenerife last year, and it took them, I think, somewhere between 3 and 4 months to get their boards back because they shipped it with UPS, and it went fine down to get there. But shipping it back, they suddenly realized, oh no, there's batteries in it, even though it was stated on the box everywhere, and everything was as it usually is. But UPS has changed their rules, and suddenly they wouldn't ship it by air anymore. So they had to fly back to Tenerife, take the board on the ferry to mainland. I don't know, maybe they sailed to Portugal. I don't know where they sailed to. And then from there, ship it with UPS and then fly back from. It was insane.
Nice.
Jesus.
I think that's the only solution, because we have one of our team riders who is living in Ibiza, Lawrence, and he also has to take the ferry to Europe to be able to get away from the island with his board. Otherwise, he just cannot take his one wheel. So we have some challenges in Europe, definitely with the island stuff. Damn. Something popped up in my head, a cool question on setups. Like, if you would only get one upgrade for your one wheel, what would it be? Jess?
The big tire, the 12x8, maybe. I've heard it's pretty good compared to the one that I've got already, and it kind of levels it up another level as well. Dan said he tried it on his, and it was unreal on his beast board that he couldn't use. That we were making.
Jesus Christ!
I saw that tire next to Nico. Like,
damn, that's a big one.
That's a pint.
Go on. Above your head. Come on.
It's got a super flux in. How's that mean?
Jesus Christ!
That's huge.
So I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just giving you a visual aid.
I've never seen one so big.
Appreciated.
I get that.
I also think scale-wise, for me, because I'm quite short, with the big tire, it would look quite funny. So,
yeah.
I mean,
did you check the video from the Float Live Rep Your Set with Nico? He also has a huge tire, and he's standing next to it, like explaining things. And the board just.
No, he's only got one this size.
Yeah.
The big tire is even bigger than that.
Jesus.
That's.
Well,
this is the big tire.
Is that the burst?
This is the normal big tire burst. This is the 12.
Lift it up so we can see them.
I can't. They've both got super fluxes in them. My wrist is still injured from.
What's the gun show?
It's a close tie between the flight pack and the big wheel, because I believe that the big wheel will be a game changer in cross country riding. Like I like a lot, all the trails, but. Again, going places is way easier with a flight pack than shipping my board. I don't know which one of them.
Well, since I designed my own boards, I pretty much have everything I want. But there are still, obviously, the big tire and the flight pack are the game changer, but I already have those. What I don't have is a master slave BMS, which would make things working with the BMS a little bit safer and even better. But theoretically, it would work the same. So it would not be a big upgrade. It's just an upgrade about easier connection and maybe faster assembly. But it's not that big of a deal. I don't need anything else right now because I have what I want. Big tires, split pack, and a very fast charger. That's what I already have, and it's great.
Those are the priority. Jaffa, what would your upgrade be?
I'm eager to upgrade to a bigger battery. I'm still on the 80 volt now, which is already faster than what I was riding before, but I ordered did I order JetFit? Yeah, ordered JetFit, so I'm hoping to have a 130 volt battery next season.
Ooh, 130 volts. Bam.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna hurt yourself, man. You're gonna hurt yourself so bad.
I didn't want to say it.
I couldn't.
Technically, it's safer if
Not
you
with
do it in the
Jaffa.
same.
Not with Jaffa, it's not.
I think you need like a motorcycle suit, Jaffa.
Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You know, one of those
But,
bubbles.
You know what my
You,
doctor
you can
said?
get a bubble where you play
My
football
doctor's-
inside. I mean, you need one of
Yeah, but
those.
I'm gonna get stuck into the trees and shit.
Lars, I've watched videos of you
Yeah.
getting into your little bubbles. And I don't think Jaffa can manage that. I don't think he can blow the balloon up quite the same way. Yeah, I've got some motorcycle gear if you need to borrow it, Jaffa, when you come over to the UK.
I told my doctor that I was gonna upgrade my gear, but she's like, "That's not gonna help anything. If you fall on it, you're gonna fuck it up again." I was like, "Okay then, I don't get the upgraded armor." She's like, "Yeah, just do it, but don't expect miracles." I'm like, "Okay, just not fall anymore."
Mark, anything you want to upgrade on your wheel?
I don't know anything about upgrading boards. I've got a fender on my board. It's a freaking upgrade for me, man. Jesus. I went out in the forest today. I did like 10 miles riding around in the wet, muddy, slippery forest. I didn't fall over once. I didn't come back covered in mud. I wore this jumper and I'm still wearing it now because it's clean. And I'm good. I'm good. My standard GT, I've got a cushion pad, is absolutely fine for me. I'm too old, I'm too slow, and I'm too scared to go any faster than I already do. So why? If I go more than an hour and a half, my sciatica plays up, for fuck's sake. So why do I need a bigger battery? What about you, Vinie? Come on.
The only thing I want for Christmas are pink anodized varials. Booty suits. Pink. I'm gonna keep repeating. No way! No! No freaking way!
They're
What?
not anodized,
What?
they're just spray painted.
Ah,
But they're still pink.
See, before you all came on, I said to Vinny he could ask Santa for a can of pink spray, and there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
It just won't be the same, would it?
nah, it's
No one would know.
You're gonna scratch the life out of them anyway.
that's for sure. But men gotta have a dream,
True.
and I dream of pink anodized and everything. So no worries there.
That's going to make a lovely little picture in the edit. I'm just going to make a little note of that.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have fun doing that.
He said anodized.
No, he didn't.
Oh, what else is there? What else is there?
Favorite terrain to ride on? You've all ridden bloody everywhere, it seems. Dan, what are we talking about here? What do you like?
Depends on the mood. Like if I'm chilling,
Don't make it awkward.
if I wanna just put music on and zen, then it's either street or low tide beach ride, like Falaisia Beach, just by the cliff. If you time the sunset with a low tide, you get this super wide, flat, hard, wet sand, and you can just carve, and it's just like a runway, and it's just so smooth. That's really cool. But then if you're feeling like challenging yourself, then like trails, just like classic trail riding with some good features in it.
Nice.
Well,
nice.
the most
Lars.
amazing place I've ridden is the Falaisia Beach. That is just awesome, but I don't have that around me here. So what I love to do is single track mountain bike trails without too many bumps, slick, smooth, up and down, curves and all that to keep you focused and in the moment. I love that.
Jess, come on, let's keep this going. What have we got?
My personal favourite is going out with the One Wheel Scotland crew to Glentress. It's our favourite. It's just a mountain bike resort, and it's so well maintained. It's really good for one wheeling. You go up to like 30% battery and then ride like all of the way down, and it's just swoopy like a roller coaster with tabletops and ramps and like loads of kind of natural features, but they packed in like a load that's kind of doable for one wheels. And we're getting up to the red routes now. We're doing really well. So like Nico and James, I like they push me on to go and do loads of different things, and we each have our own thing that we're scared of, so we kind of push each other to do the things that scare us a little bit. It's good. It's a perfect day out, and the food, the restaurant with the food is so good. It's just like makes it.
You're talking my language. Absolutely talking my language there. And obviously taking James with you is very useful in case you have any mishaps.
Yeah,
or
we send him
accidents.
first, and then when he goes woohoo, you know that there's some
Send the medic first.
Not what he meant.
You send the medic first, not the crash test dummy.
James the Canary, they call him.
Excellent.
Nice.
Jaffa, what you got?
Yeah,
you
for
like?
me it's definitely the Dutch trails. In Utrecht, for me, going there and just full speed chasing each other, yeah, that's for me is the sweet spot. Because there's also lots of different mountain bike trails there. So with Muddy and the gang, that's like my go-to place.
Excellent. Vid?
The sandy beach and muddy Belgium. But no, in general, it's mostly like a little bit easier trails, the ones that you can go a little bit faster and you need a lot of focus. So some medium to easy trails where you can really send it and enjoy.
Vinie?
I haven't found it yet. It would be a combination of a lot of spots that I've ridden. I really like. I love the smooth trails of Utrecht, but I would love to have some more challenges, like bigger drops and stuff built in there. Kind of the thing that Austin in our previous episode described as the perfect racetrack, just having like a mini motocross track. Where you have some more space and big curves, because what I noticed in some mountain bike parks, when you go into the berms, they're a bit too steep for the one wheel. Sometimes I don't have like a Vesk with the remote and stuff to help me out, but I do notice that like having a bit more smoother berms and would make it more feasible, and that's a good mix between trail and tricks. That would be my favorite train.
Looking through our questions.
You wanted to talk about 25.
We do want to talk about 2025. What is everyone's plans? Where, I mean, I think in all honesty, Vid, you just wait. You just wait your turn. Okay? You can go last so that we all don't just sit and go, yeah, I'm going to one event.
Sure.
Lars, as you asked the question, are you going to anything in particular?
Well, soon I'm going to Ibiza and hoping to go some one wheeling there. With our crazy DJ.
Very nice.
Lawrence, yes. And then in February, March, I'm not sure which one, we're going to Portugal, the group of Danish riders, and planning going from Lisbon down to where the tour ends, and then doing the tour backwards. And it's about 10 days. We're planning on doing about 80 kilometers a day. And I'm going to Danish One World Games. I can't really miss that, I guess.
That would be a shame.
That's
in
August.
It's, I think it's 15th to 17th of August.
The event it's not the typical event that people would expect. Can you?
Sure. It's I've been riding unicycle for 35 years, and in unicycling, to me, it's about balance, it's about control, and in every circumstance, and it's the same when I got into one wheeling. So to me, racing is great, it's fun, but it's just high speed and it's a bit too easy. So we try to upgrade racing to a little different, where we made it into an obstacle race. You still have the racing time, but there is no straight path where you can just go 60 kilometers an hour. It's all curvy path, and then a lot of crazy obstacles, as crazy as we can come up with.
What about Dan? What's the plans, Dan? I mean, you've just been to Australia, for fuck's sake. What else is on the cards?
Do you want to take that to June? I'll take the rest.
Jess and I have the same plan, but we kind of drafted a plan. I think Shred the Shires is the only thing confirmed. But we're going to try and do an American event. We want to do Float Life Fest, if we can.
Nice.
And then we're thinking of doing the Swiss and Czech Republic race like together, because they're consecutive weekends. So fly to one, and then fly to the next one and fly back. So it's like 2 birds, 1 stone.
And we're also meeting up with a skirt team on a little impromptu trip in Bruges. So
I don't know if Vinie knows about that.
Yeah, I've been informed. I've been informed.
Yeah.
Really
that was
looking
funny.
forward to that.
We were like, we going on a little trip, and we came to book the luggage, and we're like, should we take the one wheels? We're like, no, we'll do a chill non-one wheel weekend. And then spoke to Lennart from Lenko Wheels, who was like, because I'm buying a motor from him, and he was like, oh, I'll meet you there. I'm not far from there. And then he was like, Goze's not far from there. And then I spoke to Goze, and he was like, oh yeah, Vinie doesn't live far. And then Jaffa and now Alexis, and now we're meeting like 5 people. So
Excellent. Jaffa, plans?
Yeah, Shires. I'm coming with my son, and normally Koos is coming with us. I weekly remind him to you coming as well.
Yep.
We're gonna need a flight pack, or we gonna need a bigger car.
One of the two.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
And also the Swiss race, and then the other events. I don't know the dates yet. I'm waiting for the calendar to be released so I can mark some things off in the agenda.
Come on then, Vid.
Are you sure you want to hear it?
Not really.
We'll just be so jealous.
Okay, so that's the end of the podcast then.
It's actually very funny that I only have booked one flight for the 2025 season.
Ooh.
And that's going to be Stokebird in end of February in Florida. Because it was very nice last year, and because it's in winter when I kind of have time, so I decided to do it again. As for everything else, I'm considering many events, and I probably will show up at many events, but I think I'm not gonna go to other events in the States. I think I will go to France, Swiss. I'm considering Shred the Shires, but still some challenges about that. I try to do Czech, I try to do Danish again, I will see, but as for all of these events that I'm trying to do and will most probably end up doing, I really want to go to a new location and do a long distance riding without any events. Something like Lars is mentioning, going from Lisbon to the south in a completely different country. I didn't really decide yet where and when. And apart from all of that, there's going to be my event in Slovenia once again. There is no time set yet, but I'm considering making it in July. And it's going to be about 3 days of social riding, a lot of riding, and underground racings for those who want. So no official race, just underground tracks.
We've said it quite a few times on the podcast. For me, old, slow, injury, all the rest of it, it's the social rides that make every event. It is that social aspect of just going out and riding, whether it's 10 of you or 30 or 50 or 60 or whatever of you. That's what makes the enjoyment of that. And going out with people that know where they're going makes it 1,000 times better.
And if you want an event in Europe that is 100% focused on that, you should join the one in Slovenia.
Absolutely. Vinie, what are your plans?
My plans for now, the only thing that is set, but I still need to buy my tickets. I think I have 5 days left until Christmas to get that reduction. So I'm going to start out with that. And then for the rest, I would love to go to the Danish one-wheel games. As in last year, I planned it, but because of my injury, I had to forfeit. I was really looking forward to that. The balancing track is really appealing to me. As I mentioned, like racing with obstacles is kind of my thing. And then it will also depend a bit on the planning we're making with Skirt, because we currently have some ideas on the table. We had the poll, so the team has decided, and now we are looking into the events that would be most feasible from that poll. And we are reaching out to some people to see if we can set something up. And then, hopefully by end of the year, we will know more about the Skirt planning.
And I assume no one said about One Wheel Algarve,
Of
because
course.
that's just obvious that everyone's going for
I
that
mean,
one,
I
right?
I already signed up for it, so it is on the list.
Send it Surrey as well. I think we're considering.
Obviously my event is on there. I missed out on going to the French Connection event because it's right down in the south of France. I would have liked to have done that in September, but it was all too close to everything else. Send It Surrey's on my list, obviously. Annoyingly, it is so close to Nars's Danish One Wheel Games because I think my kids would absolutely love to have a go at that. For me, so those are the main ones. Obviously, Portugal, I've got to go to Portugal again. Absolutely. I'd love to do the tour. I don't know whether it's physically feasible, but yeah, those are sort of the main ones. And again, same as everybody else, I think we're just waiting for the EOL dates to be confirmed. I think most people are kind of secured their dates for 2025. We just wait for the calendar to come out so we can plan some road trips. But I do like the idea of this flight pack malarkey, I must say. And Andrew's house in Tenerife is calling me. It has been for 2 years now. It's on the coast and everything. It's bloody beautiful. It's bloody beautiful, man.
Well, let me know when you
cool.
got something going on Tenerife. I really want to go back there.
I want to go as
There
well.
you go.
Sounds like we need to put that on our list as well.
Oh no,
Well-
there's too many. I also wanted to see Lorenz in Ibiza as well, and it's just like so many places to go and so many one wheels in different countries. It's like I get FOMO.
Yeah.
I want to do everything.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That brings us to another maybe closing question. Like, what would be your coolest one-wheel epic memory that you have from all the adventures that you did?
I mean, for me, it's a mix between all the really, really great people you meet. As I said, I've been unicycling for so many years, and that sport is the same as one wheeling. It's you compete, but you still help each other to get better, because I mean, you're committed to be better, so you can compete more, and it's such a friendly environment, and I've met nothing but cool people in this sport. So being with great people, riding scenic places, and with some challenges here and there, that's what I love the most.
Very nice.
Jaffa, what would your most epic memory be from your one-wheel
It's a
career?
hard one. It's a hard one, but I think in Sicily, one day we went to visit the Etna volcano, and we had our one wheels in the car. And I rode on the volcano on top with the kids, and then Noah and me rode all the way down. We took the whole lane back down, but I think it was like 10 or 18 kilometers, like all turns all the way back down to the when we were off the volcano. And like we didn't realize that our batteries were too full. So every turn, Noah was like, something is holding me back, but we didn't figure it out until we were down. It was like, yeah, his XR was like at 100%. And everything, it made like a click, but it didn't throw him off. But just all those corners, and yeah, it was amazing. And just to see the whole landscape.
Was that the ride where the dogs chased you?
No. But it was the same holiday. But indeed, one time in Sicily, you have like on the campaign a lot of farms that are empty, but they have guard dogs. And yeah, one time I got chased by 2 dogs, and it was a very scary moment.
Don't take shortcuts in Sicily.
Yeah, no. It was on a Stout GT, and it was getting dark, and I got like overheating and everything. But luckily, they only followed me for like, I think 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, good that you had your camera stick.
Yeah. I just kept the stick behind me and just looked straight forward. I only looked backwards.
Did you not think they were maybe chasing the stick? I mean, just to...
I didn't think much. I was just like, just right. Just get out.
Jess, what would your most epic memory be?
This is a lot of pressure. There's too many things. I want to say 2 different things, but in terms of like epic scenery, you go across the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco, and there's a road that goes all the way along the coastline, and it goes right downhill. So you have to go at like 80% battery, and there's no cars that really go down it, just cyclists. And on a sunny day, it's just like the view of San Francisco with this like perfectly paved carvy road that you can just keep going down forever, with like army barracks along the side to go and have a look at, and like big white beaches and stuff. It's like, it's perfect. They have it so good there. It's really good. But like more locally in Europe, I reckon just going around with all the women and the finals was actually really nice in terms of like all of the women kind of cheering each other on. So I think that was really nice. I still have in all of my videos, by the way, Jaffa, you shouting "push, push, push, push" to all of the women. And it just cracks me up every time.
Yeah, I was the biggest cheerleader.
It's
That's
so
for
funny.
sure.
We should get
Yeah.
Jaffa a suit for next year.
I love it. It's in all of my videos, and it's just like, it makes me so happy. Get to come back next year and do it.
Sure. I'm gonna be there. That's certain.
Right, Vid, what would your memory be?
I love riding in the nature, but all of the views and everything that you see just cannot make it up for the vibe when you ride with like 400 to 500 people. So those massive group rides that they do at Oak City, some are at Stokeburst, some are at other events in the States. When you're in Europe, we have group rides of 50 to 80 people, let's say. It's awesome. But when you're in between 400 or 500 people, all on the one wheels, and you just can race to the front, meet some people, and maybe wait, chill out a little bit, or even stop for a few minutes, and there's people still going, and you just don't see the end of it. And when you think you're on the end, there's still people coming, and you can go faster to the front. You can meet different people in the group, and the whole vibe of maybe just going a few meters in front, hearing different music, going a little bit in the back, you have a different DJ, a different vibe. It's a mass of people moving through town, and the vibe is just insane. So that makes the most of it.
Backpacks. That's the key word of this.
That will be the theme for Christmas this year.
Wheel. Yeah.
And then we still have Dan as well.
It's a difficult one. I think for me, the most fun I have on the one wheel is racing. And I'd say the most epic like racing memory for me was the Infinity race, because it's kind of the only like proper mass race that I've done. And I just loved the feeling of just like passing loads of people and like weaving in and out and going around and talking to people on your way through and stuff. And then like if you lap someone or someone laps you and you see the same person again for like 20 minutes, just going round and round and round as fast as you possibly can. Like I love racing, and a 20-minute race is just more of that. So
Yeah, no, it's better.
the longer you're doing it, the more fun. So yeah, it's got to be that. And
There
also
is now-
actually at the Swiss race, when we did the trick competition in the Hall of Float, and everyone was just like vibing and doing all different tricks and just chilling out. That was like a really cool like one wheel community vibe at that event. It was pretty sick. Sorry, Vid.
Oh, no
Yeah,
problem.
I'll
Sorry to you.
show it.
I just wanted to say there is now a 5-hour race that they do in the States. It's
Yeah.
done in groups, so but I really want to experience that. Maybe we could look into doing something like that in Europe next year.
Absolutely.
Really looks massive fun. Yeah. I saw the videos, and it looks like a really cool concept to bring everybody together, because everybody was cheering in the pits and like, yeah, do some laps, go fast, go this, do that.
5 hours.
Yeah, 5
Yeah.
hours, but you have a team. It's not one rider.
Yeah, you go around.
You have a team, and you can get to change machines or riders, whatever.
Mhm.
Really cool concept. Yeah.
Oh my
Would
God,
love
I
to
need
have
One
that.
wheel Le Mans.
Where is it?
Location-wise,
Which event?
It was initially done by the Oak City crew on their field.
Yeah, it was called the Le Mans race, like
Yes.
the rally that they have. They also have a similar concept in Odo Sports. So, Mark, do you have any epic memories to share?
Well, I've been listening to everybody else. It sounds bloody good. To be fair, if I should be like sentimental and going riding with my children, but that's not true. They show me up. That's the problem. To be fair, the memories that I've got if I go straight to are not ones where I'm actually physically on a one wheel. So you've got the WoW race this year, just running in between, kind of from the forest, the little woodland run down the hill, and then running up and over, getting over to the final finish line, and to watch everybody come over the finish line. That was great fun. Probably the one that sticks in my brain the very most is when we were all at Fabio's uncle's restaurant, and there was, I don't know, probably 60 of it. I've got no idea how many people. And we just kept putting table after table after table. I love the fact that a couple of nights before there was a few tables. No, the next night was just all the tables and everybody, but 60 people all sat in one long line. And Nelson took that excellent drone video of just everybody sat along there. And that probably sticks in my memory the most, in that you've got people that are competing to beat each other to be the EOL champion for 2024. And we're all just sat there enjoying a beer and very nice food and just great company. And that's probably one of my biggest memories of the 2024 season, and kind of encapsulates the one wheel community for me. Vinny, you?
That must also go back a few years, because it was my first Portugal experience, not an event. I just we planned a trip to go to Portugal for a couple of weeks. I had no option to take my one wheel, didn't think about sending it because it was in the early days. I was not even aware that was a thing. So I reached out via Facebook through the community, and they said, like, there's a dude in Portugal, he's called Fabio, you should meet him. And that's what I did. I contacted him, and I was used to riding like around the church, as we said. And there we actually, he was on his XR back then, the W's, and the moment that he took off in the Portugal scenery, I tried to follow him on a Pint X, but Fabio just started dropping off rocks, driving down downhills that I didn't even think was possible. And just seeing that in front of my eyes was just such an eye-opener. Like, whoa, what else is possible with this machine? And for me, that memory has been imprinted in my brain, because I couldn't grasp it at that time, what he was doing. There were like steep rocks, 2 meters. He was just riding down them. I never even drove off or jumped off a little rock back then. So that was really, to me, was like, whoa, what is this? For me,
Fabio has that effect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Best guide you can get in the Algarve.
For sure.
Vinny, does that wrap it up for this week's episode? Because we are on a really, really long edit, and I do not have enough hours in my life to edit this up.
I'm going to put that task into your hands, Mark. You're doing a great job there. So give him a shout out. As the editor.
Doing good, man.
Good job.
Wait till I get the anodized pink thing. Something very inappropriate, I'm telling you now.
Please zoom in on Jaffe's face at that moment.
That's the pink anodized is gonna go well with the hookers, I guess.
Wow. Oh boy.
And I thought I was the only one drinking. You're just medicated. Thank you guys for coming on.
It was a pleasure
today. It's been an absolute pleasure chatting to all of you.
Thanks for the invite.
And I'm pretty sure that I've probably spent about $4 or $5 grand in my head trying to figure out how to get a one wheel onto a plane now. Thanks, Vid. I'm not even going to Google how much that costs until next year, I think.
Yeah.
But,
Get a quote from Vid.
Well, now I'm building a board for a guy in Austria that looks like knows us and knows the scene, but I've never seen him on any events. So this means there are other riders around that we don't know.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
And one of them just ordered my board.
I know that he's somebody who is very prominent on my YouTube channel. He's always in the comments. A dude from Austria. We've never seen him, but he's very much aware about like everything that's going on. So if you're watching the podcast, please identify yourself in the comments. All right.
And
Thank you so much.
Because it's Christmas and this board is the first VX04 I'm making, it's gonna be personally delivered.
Ooh.
Whoa.
That's the plan.
A little Santa vid.
Future motion. I hope you're taking notes.
Oh God.
What is service?
where-
What is service?
Yeah, Bodhi, where's Vinny's hand delivered pink SRC? Come on.
All right. I want to
Wicked.
thank you guys so much for having this delightful chat. It's so cool to see that we can even connect across the borders through the online stuff that we are doing. We hope to connect a lot more people with this podcast in the future. There's already a list growing of guests, so if we are not reaching you right away, know that we still have you in mind, and we definitely want to talk to all these beautiful people and share their insights, their thoughts, their ideas, whatever. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts for being here. All right. What an awesome bunch that was.
It's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, so glad that I survived the episode. I drank like 3 cups of water, was about to cough and sneeze and do stuff. But we survived thanks to all the love of the community. As you can see, we have a very heartwarming community. It actually feels like one big family if we get together on these events. The fun is always there, and the mood and the vibe is always high.
It's always amazing. I mean, you've had 3 cups of water, and I've had a double gin and tonic with purple sparkly water in it. So I've had a lovely time. I've had a lovely little Christmas party, to be fair. It's like a work nights out. It's brilliant.
Yeah. So awesome to see that everybody is so involved in this community. Like we learn a lot from each other. We inspire each other. There's always something that gets picked up or shared or just pushed out, and it's really nice to see all these people putting in an effort to push the community forward, to connect everyone. People are just events are popping up like mushrooms here in Europe. It's really nice to see that people put in so much effort. And on that note, I think we can take it away. Mark, do your thing.
Merry Christmas. Keep that nose up.
See you later.